So home sellers are getting $20,000 each. Woo, man, that's a lot of money.
Give me my fucking money back. You motherfucker.
Now, I know home sellers are listening to this video. $20,000 each from the lawsuit, guys, that people are claiming on that lawsuit that was big, the $1.78 billion lawsuit. And that number is getting larger. We're gonna talk about how homeowners are getting these $20,000 checks from this lawsuit, guys. You guys will be mind blown. And you need to watch this video because it may be something that you can claim and get. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. As always, hit that like and subscribe button. It does help out the channel. Make sure you check out in the description pinned comment. I have a newsletter that gives you tremendous value and it's free. You cannot beat it. Free, you cannot beat. Realtors face their reckoning. Class action lawsuit seeks to recover more than $100 billion for home sellers who paid overinflated broker fees after landmark ruling left Missouri residents in line for up to $20K each. Guys, look, I told you. What did I tell you guys? I told you guys stuff like this is going to happen. The question is, I want you guys to really think about this. Now, we understand the whole commission colluding together. We all understand how that happened. And if you don't understand the story, let me just make it very simple for you. The federal government, the lawsuit, the class action lawsuit was saying that NAR, which is National Association of Realtors, were colluding with other brokerages to keep the fees high. And that fee is normally around 5 to 6%. And they controlled that, would not come down on that 6%. That is the simple thing. They were keeping fees high, keeping a monopoly over it, not letting anything happen. That's the simple explanation, guys. And in that process, we had Remax, Coldwell Banker, and others that opted to go ahead and settle because that evidence and those receipts that the government and that class action suit had must have been powerful. They said, we'll go ahead and settle for that $150 million. And then so they went ahead and got themselves out of that lawsuit by settling. But then we had a bunch of other brokerages that were in that lawsuit. And, come to find out, yeah, they were colluding.
It's an evil world we live in.
Be honest, was that really mind-blowing? Everybody knew that, right? Everybody knew that these fees were high and that these guys had a lock on it. That's not the surprising. The surprising fact is they won and how much they won for. And here's the thing, it's gonna go up higher. Hundreds of thousands of home sellers in Missouri and a handful in Kansas and Illinois can claim the $1.78 billion in damages after the landmark ruling on Tuesday established that they were being stiffed by conspiring real estate agents for years. So this is where it comes in for that $20,000 that each individual is going to get.
Sensational.
Now here's where that $20,000 is going to come into play right here, guys. Because as you know, as I just read, it says here, a claim of $1.78 billion in damages after the landmark ruling. And it says they were being stiffed by conspiring real estate agents for years. So we have a big span there that anyone who sold their house that was in this class action is going to receive a significant amount of money. But here is the kicker, guys. Here is the kicker that is really important. It says here, Ketchmark said he expects this week's injury award of $1.78 billion to be tripled to more than $5 billion, thanks to the federal Sherman Antitrust Act, which permits plaintiffs to recover 3 times the damage that they prove they have suffered. While the actual amount that will eventually be dished out is uncertain, he predicts class action members might receive around $20,000 each, guys. This is where they're gonna get the bag at. This is where the money is gonna come in. I can see home sellers right now. You got my attention now, Orlando. I'm gonna get $20,000. I'm listening. Now, I know what a lot of people are gonna say. Orlando, it's just the people in Missouri or Illinois or who was in the class action. And I would say, okay, but let's take a look a little bit further. It says here, hours later, the plaintiff's lead attorney filed another lawsuit in Missouri's federal court, this time seeking to help homeowners around the country recover hundreds of billions that they've been charged between 2018 and today. It's over the whole country and it involves well in excess of $100 billion. Not only will this widen the case geographically, but it will also name as defendant additional brokerages with significant presence around the country. This includes Redfin and Douglas Elliman, among others, guys. I mean, what does this say? $20,000. $20,000 or more, or estimated up to $20,000 more, can be in the hands of each home seller that is in between 2018 and today. I don't know if NAR or these brokerage can handle paying out that much money. I don't know. They may go bankrupt doing it. Who knows? But the chance is there, guys, because we already have right here showing evidence that they colluded together and there was some type of conspiracy that gave them the 1.7, and that was just in a small area. But what if you widen that scope nationwide? You widen that scope nationwide, and all of a sudden, every home seller in between 2018 and today can get up to $20,000 in their hands. Now, while some of my home buyers are probably like, man, Orlando, how are they getting a $20,000 check because of the situation? Here's the thing I want you to understand. At least you didn't purchase an overpriced home. At least you didn't put yourself in a financial situation to where you're caught up in this, and even getting the $20,000, even though it's a significant amount of money to get back, you're not putting yourself in a situation to go after that money and still be under. Because even if you do get that $20,000 check, you paid $100,000 over asking, that's still $80,000 that you're still over, right? You still have lost that money. I just did a video a week ago where I showed you that Zillow is saying that it will take people who bought in the last 2 years, it will take them 13 and a half years to break even.
Awkward. So awkward.
You don't want to be in that situation. $20,000 isn't going to catch you up to that. So I do understand why my home buyers are like,
man, I wish I could get that 20 grand.
And maybe it's a consolation prize for home sellers because they're still in the hole. But let's continue on, because NAR is still being looked at not by lawyers trying to sue them for $100 billion and put $20,000 checks into home sellers' hands. They also are being investigated by the DOJ. It says here, NAR has been the target of the DOJ scrutiny for some time now, beginning with a case brought during the Trump administration. To settle that, NAR agreed to measures such as increased pricing transparency, but later the Biden administration pulled out of that deal, claiming it wanted to maintain the right to pursue with further action. The federal judge said earlier this year that the Department of Justice is still bound by that agreement, and a decision that the department then appealed. So you have NAR just getting hit from both sides. We see them getting attacked from the lawsuit. We're seeing them that the government is coming after them, and it's not going to end well. There will be. I could just see it now. We already see what the $1.78 billion claim. But now with another lawsuit coming that is nationwide, I could see the money exchanging, going back into the seller's hands, going back into the client's hands, that the government and that this case is saying that they overcharge individuals for. So guys, this is the reason why I make videos like this, so that you understand, that you can see what's going on in this market, so you can have your eyes wide open, no matter if you're a home seller, home buyer, or you're just sitting on the sidelines right now, just looking and researching, so you know and you can have this information to make the best choices for you and your family. If you're a home seller, I would be looking. If you're in Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, I would be looking at this. I would be paying attention to the $100 billion lawsuit that's going to come. Maybe you can get a piece of that pie and see those claims and lawsuits hitting your emails and in your mailboxes, guys. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it.
Like and subscribe.
As always, I hope you got value out of this content, guys, but I'm gonna need you to watch this video here. It will help you understand what's going on in this crazy housing market, get your financial news, and get into your first rental property. I promise you, the information you will get from those videos, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.